Hi everyone, Peter here from Flow High Performance, and in this video we will be covering how to train to increase vertical jump performance. Let's first establish what components are required for maximal jump height. The first important component required for maximal vertical jump propulsion is maximal force output. This essentially means how much force we can apply into the ground to propel our body upward. The more force that we can apply during the time we are in contact with the ground, the higher we will jump. The second component required for maximal vertical jump height is rate of force development. Rate of force development refers to how quickly force can be applied. This is important for the vertical jump since the athlete only has a short time that they are in contact with the ground. This means that force can only be applied for this short period of time. This study found that ground contact times for a standard vertical jump were around half a second, with around a 50-50 split between the eccentric phase and the concentric phase. So the athlete has around 1/4 of a second in the concentric phase to produce as much force as possible, to jump as high as possible. The more force that can be produced in this time, the higher the athlete will jump. This study showed that it takes around 1.5 seconds to produce maximal force. So there is no way they can produce maximal force in the 0.25 seconds during a jump. So if the athlete can produce more force in less time, vertical jump height will be increased. The last component which contributes to jump height is the stretch shortening cycle. Since there is a fairly fast eccentric and concentric portion to the counter movement jump, the elastic properties of the muscles and tendons of the lower body will act similar to an elastic band to help propel the athlete upward. The stretch shortening cycle occurring in the vertical jump will primarily come from the quadriceps and glutes, since they undergo the largest stretch and contraction. This is slightly different to the stretch shortening cycle occurring during sprinting, which primarily uses the calf muscles and tendons. Let's now have a look at how we can train to increase vertical jump height. We have 3 qualities that we can train to enhance jump performance, which we will now cover. As already discussed, maximal strength is a key component for vertical jump performance. This will raise the threshold of how much total force can be produced. With all else being equal, the more force that can be produced, the proportion of this maximal force produced during the vertical jump will also be higher. The strength exercises used for vertical jump enhancement should target the quads and glutes, since these are the primary muscles used. Exercises like squats, deadlifts, and trap bar deadlifts will all be good options. The second quality to enhance vertical jump performance will be loaded jump training. This will focus on complete acceleration through the entire movement as seen in the vertical jump, but additional load will be used to increase the demands of force production. Some good exercises to use for loaded jump training will be dumbbell jumps, bottom-up jumps, trap bar jumps, and squat jumps. Exercises like the trap bar jump and bottom-up jumps may be used first to focus on pure explosive output, since there is no eccentric phase. Then, exercises like the squat jump could be implemented, which has both an eccentric and concentric phase. Therefore, using the stretch shortening cycle and making it slightly more specific. And lastly, unloaded vertical jump training should also be performed regularly, as you need to practice the skill that you want to improve. However, we may not need to prescribe unloaded jump training in a program at all. This is because hundreds of vertical jumps will already likely be performed during sport practice if the athlete plays a sport such as basketball or volleyball. So, if the athlete is already doing lots of unloaded jump training, doing additional unloaded jumps will not provide any additional benefit. So unless vertical jumps aren't being performed during the sport practice, then some additional unloaded jumps may be of benefit during specific jump training sessions. It is recommended that unloaded jumps should be performed onto a box to reduce unnecessary loading on the joints. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something out of this video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already.